Level Release Radar, where we recap the week's releases here in HighLevel land. As always, I'm joined by Ryan. Ryan, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the next weekend of the rest of your life.
It's been a long week. I just got back from our mastermind in Dallas. While I was there, I feel like the release notes were just flying rapid fire all week. So I feel like this is going to be one of the longer episodes we've done in a while.
Yes. This was a challenging one to throw together because a lot of it came in on Thursday and Friday. So hopefully we got them all. I'm pretty sure we did. I had a checklist.
Nice.
So.
All right, so I'm just going to make sure that we move our stream over into the group because old Facebook killed the streaming into the groups, but I don't see us streaming in HighLevel. If you are seeing us, please say hello, as always, in the comments and let us know that you can see us.
One day soon, we'll be able to stream into our own group if we get our way.
That's right.
It's going to be glorious.
Okay, oh no, that's the reveal party. So how come we're not streaming into our Facebook group here?
We need a streaming assistant.
There it is. All right, it just took a second. Okay, I'm going to share this over to the group real quick. HighLevel official community. Join us for this week's release radar. Posting. All right, we should now be live in all of the places. So as always, please say hello, leave us a comment, let us know what your favorite release of the week is. Shall we hop into it, Ryan?
Let us do it.
All right, let's see what we have for our first release of the week. Oh, this one's cool. The Affiliate Manager got a whole new dashboard. Looks fantastic.
Yeah. Not more UI kind of polishing and that. Some nice metrics.
There's
new CTA button
over on the bottom right.
Yeah,
that looks sweet.
A lot of cool stuff here.
This looks great. Once again, Ryan, I feel like this is 5 or 6 weeks in a row where we're just like, man,
yeah.
Affiliate Manager.
Whatever you use for Affiliate Manager, if anybody's doing any kind of like hardcore stuff, figure out what we're missing because I don't know if you're going to find it. There's so much in here. I challenge you to find it, and once you do, we will build it, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Affiliate Manager is looking awesome. All right, next up, Conversations had an update. Automatic link formatting and contact avatar. Walk me through this.
So some of these titles get truncated because we don't have a ton of room. But so right now in the email builder, when you type in a URL, it's automatically going to hyperlink that, which is kind of a neat little feature. If you use Slack, it works in a similar way. And then the contact avatar is just a new link. So on the next screen, it kind of shows. I did some GIFs here to like show you.
I'm impressed. I was going to say I like the GIF work.
Yeah. Some of these are hard to do with static images. So anyway, when you go in and you see the avatar, you see me clicking on it. Now that links to the actual contact detail page, which seems simple, and I'm sure it is, but it's a nice little thing to have because I think it's an intuitive behavior that you'd expect.
Nice. I love it. All right, let's check out our next release. Certificates. We have certificate triggers and actions in workflow now.
Yeah. So this is really cool. It's another one that's kind of like hard to do statically. So I did a little GIF here, but you can now add triggers that are related to certificates and then also actions to like issue certificates. So like maybe you kind of have you have a special certification and like after that you want to update, maybe where they are in the pipeline or, update the opportunity. So you can now do that based on, issuing their certificate. And then in the next slide, I actually put together like an example of how you would use the action. So like, let's say you were going to do a birthday trigger. So you could have like on their birthday, maybe you could issue them a coupon or something. So that's kind of an idea of like why that could be useful in having these within workflows.
Nice. I love it. And I really love these GIFs, Ryan. I mean, this is Ryan going above and beyond, folks. He's not just taking the
I'm
screenshots
just
from the
killing
release note
myself on the keyboard over here, clicking buttons.
anymore. So if you also love these animated GIFs, let us know in the comments because I want to see Ryan do more of this. Next up, the mobile app got an update. We're now in version 3.72 where documents and contracts are live to all.
Yeah. So I started doing this slide and I'm like, wait a minute, this is familiar. Last week we had a public beta release. And by the time I figured out how you can get on the public beta, it's now live to everybody. So kind of how we roll around here. It's not in beta for very long. This is not Gmail. We're not going to be here for a few years. So anyway, this is just the documents and contracts, product or module of the app now in the mobile app. So you can take a template, and this kind of just shows the flow of taking a template, adding the items to it, and so forth for a document, and have it signed, and then send it on out. So, and then the next screen shows the rest of that progression, and it's super cool. So if you use documents and contracts a lot, you of course can't build it in the mobile app. That would be silly, right? But you can select them from templates, put in your variables and stuff, and then send it out, which will be super helpful, especially in the service industry or anywhere where you're just out and about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very convenient feature to have here.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I love those big buttons at the bottom. It feels very fun and
Yes.
mobile. Okay, this is a gigantic one.
Yeah, I was looking for fireworks on this one because it's so big.
So we now have a new mobile app out called Collab with a K. It's live in the iOS App Store. You can download it right now. Just search Collab by Lead Connector. Again, Collab with a K. And this is the mobile app, sort of the sister app to Lead Connector, which is essentially the client portal. So you've got communities, you've got courses, soon you'll have payments, and some other things, documents and contracts and whatnot will all live in Collab. So this is sort of, my mind gets twisted around this kind of, but this is an app for HighLevelers customers to use.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a bit of some inception happening here.
Exactly. Clarify that out for us, right?
Yeah. So like the way to think about it is really, I think the better way is like think about a community. So like, let's say you sell like health coaching or whatever it happens to be, and you've got some courses on it. Well, now you can of course integrate communities into that. And the missing piece was like, okay, but now they got to like log into their computer, and all the stats show that mobile is just the first thing that people want to have access to. So now there's a native iOS app. Android's coming very, very soon for all you Android people. And now you can collaborate. You can do all the things that you could do like in a Facebook group pretty much right within this app. And then they can also switch over to the learning section too, and to go through courses, nice video players there and so forth. And much more stuff coming with that as well.
It looks fantastic. And I know my wife has been waiting for this. She's a yoga instructor telling me, that I've been telling her we need to build you some courses in HighLevel, right? And get your course business going. And she's been pushing back. Well, I really need a mobile app because that's where everybody wants to learn and da-da-da-da. And so now she has no more excuses, which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah.
So
Collab. It's hard to do yoga with the desktop screen. You need something mobile. So
that's right. It looks fantastic. Go download it, sign in. You should see all the courses that you have access to. Really exciting. I mean, this is a milestone day. I think the Collab app is going to do big things.
Yeah. And for those of you that are inevitably going to ask, there is a white label version that is in the works. This was obviously step one. So hold your horses, but we'll get there.
Absolutely. All right, next up, API keys, last used details tracking. No clue what this means, Ryan, but this is a
it's really cool though, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're into API keys, I mean, this is your release. This is your day. We'll leave it at that.
All right, we'll leave it at that. If you know what that is, you're thrilled. This is a good one. Template library. You now have the ability to hide certain templates. And what's more exciting is very soon you'll be able to hide entire categories, correct?
Yes. Yeah, there's more functionality on this coming soon. I know a lot of people were asking for this. We get into awkward situations where there's just too much and it's not focused. So, yeah, there's a couple of screenshots. There's two more screenshots of like what this looks like in the UI, how you can hide it. It's pretty straightforward. Nice little update there that was very much needed, I think.
Nice. And correct me if I'm wrong, but right now you can turn off the template library in entirety, right? If you're like, hey,
Yeah,
look, I only sell to plumbers. I don't want them seeing templates about whatever
yeah, exactly.
lawn care. So you can do that already. Now, if you want to go one by one, you can do that. And then very soon you'll be able to say, okay, well, I want the plumber templates in there. I just don't want all those other categories in there. And after that, you'll be able to say, I don't want any of these templates. I only want my own templates to display in that library. So a lot of
Yeah,
updates coming on the template front. That's pretty exciting. But hopefully everybody's seen those new templates that are going every week. They look fantastic. I
yeah.
mean, there's
Susie on
thousands and
our team's
thousands of
been
templates.
heading up the charge on that. She's doing great.
That's right. Shout out, Susie. Keep up the great work. Next up, workflows. Ooh, this is another like quality of life one here. Multi-select for forms and surveys. You want to walk us through that?
Yeah. So in the past, you kind of had to like, I actually kind of forget. It's been a little while, but I think you had to like have different triggers and then
Yep.
filter like each and every form that you wanted to use. But what if there's like a kind of a collection of forms? They're all basically the same. They're going to go into the same workflow. Now all you got to do is click on the ones that you want, check mark them, and they'll all be included in just those ones, which is huge time saver when you're building out workflows. So
And
this is
same
a great
thing
one.
with the one on the right for me is the bigger pain saver. When you're making a trigger to trigger off a specific phrase, you used to have to make a trigger for every phrase, and now you can just have multiple in one trigger.
Yeah, yeah, huge
Very nice.
improvement there. A lot of
Very
efficiency
convenient.
gains.
This is awesome. So payments got an update. There's now support for buy now, pay later in invoices. I was surprised at the volume of reaction to that release note. People were pumped.
Yes, yeah, this is a big one. I mean, you imagine, you're a garage door repair person. You go out and like, oh my gosh, they could actually need a whole new garage door. Most people aren't expecting that, and they're like, do you have like a payment plan or something? And now that's just perfectly integrated, and which is super nice. And I mean, like in the past, you'd have to like subscribe to like some underwriter to like provide all this stuff as a big program. It's so nice that
Mhm.
everything's just compact right here, ready to go. Really nice option here for when there's an unexpected high ticket item that you're selling.
100%. And I just learned that with these, I didn't know how it worked before, but I saw someone ask the question. I was like, oh, that's amazing. So you don't actually have to wait for the payments. You get paid up front by Klarna or whoever, and then
Mhm.
they wait to get paid over the whatever second, third, fourth payment.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, really nice. And then there's a note here on the release note that customers have the option to turn that off from their Stripe dashboard. So if you don't want this for some reason, you can turn it off within Stripe.
I also saw that people asking, okay, when can we have buy now pay later for like two-step order forms? And that's coming very soon. I believe the response was literally very soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet. All right, let's see what we have
And then
next.
yeah, we just got a couple more screenshots of like what that looks like. Nice little flow within the app showing the breakdown of the payments, and that's it there.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Next up, the prospecting tool premium plan. So this is a whole new sort of venture here. I think if you've been following along with prospecting tool, hopefully you know that you can go run prospecting reports. They're awesome. But it got some updates recently, like being able to pull in web analytics and being able to pull in contact detail information and some advanced functionality that costs more money to us. And so I think it makes sense that we rolled out like a premium tier to this where folks that want to run unlimited reports and get some of that richer data now have a way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a couple different updates in here. I kind of feel like the points of contact are kind of the big one because There's, again, whole other platforms that they only provide that data and you got to pay for it and all this stuff. And having that kind of in one spot so that when you're doing your prospecting, and it kind of shows it on the next screen here, you're doing the prospecting, you can just slide over to this tab and see points of contact, link to their Facebook, LinkedIn, X profiles, etc., which is really great for doing cold outreach and trying to figure out who's who for new prospects. And then this detail, I am embarrassed to say I don't know the truth, but I think that this new design for the PDF export is for everything. I don't think it's exclusive to premium.
Good question. I don't know for sure either. We'll have to check with Reshma and the team. But I do know that now that the premium exists, there will be, more things added to the standard as well as the premium as we move forward. So I think premium is awesome because we clearly heard that there are a lot of people willing to pay a little bit more for advanced prospecting tools. And so now we have that, so we can feel confident about building in even more advanced functionality that does cost a little bit more, and then everybody's cool and on the same page and we all win.
Yeah.
So next up, Ryan, your baby. This has been a project that's been in the works for years, and I was so thrilled to hand it over to Ryan, and he ran it home. As you probably know, the old industry snapshots have been in there for way too long. They've been telling people to use triggers and campaigns for years, and this week we fixed that, Ryan.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things kind of going on here. One is kind of having a back end so that we can continue to expand this. And I forget what our number is, but it's a very high number. So we're going to continue to expand and have more and more. This is V1. This is our skateboard. So if you've got feedback about anything that's in there, light us up on it, and we will continue to add stuff. And then the second component, which is a great idea that Chase had, was to totally redo the guides. And so in the next screenshot, you'll see what the guide kind of looks like. I probably should have scrolled through this, but it's a very comprehensive step-by-step guide. Chase and I sat down and we're like, okay, what does it take to set up an account if you're just going from 0 to 100? And so we did it all sequentially. So if you follow all the steps, it all makes sense. You don't have to flip back because you forgot to set something up. So that's really cool. And then Haplin on our team is creating courses around these things too, so that you'll get video explanation as well as the written text and kind of step-by-step stuff as well. And if you're still stumped on this, we have an amazing certified high-level certified community that we got a link to in there. You can jump in and see the who's who of specific areas of the app that you're having trouble with, and they can help do crazy implementations. And if you're having any trouble with it, even if it's simple, they can help you out. So encourage you to stop by the high-level certification directory and get some assistance there if you need it.
Absolutely. Super pumped on this one. Again, it's been a long time in the making. And the idea here is if you're new to HighLevel, or you're just getting started, or maybe you predominantly work with folks in medical, but you know what? Your friend opened a gym and you want to help them out. You should just be able to grab one of these, load up a new sub account with the snapshot, and then follow the guide. And like Ryan said, they're really extensive. If you just go straight down, you should be really set up for success. They all include a beautiful funnel that Ryan and I have been hand tailoring with offers that make sense as the lead magnet or the offer in the funnel. So please check them out. Let us know what you think. If you feel like we missed something, let us know, and we'll be sure to add it in there.
Awesome.
Next up, payments, import product description, and improved autofill.
What's
this one about?
So this one's a little bit nuanced. This by default, it's on, so it's going to import the product descriptions when you're adding products to documents and contracts. And I think that was kind of the issue, is that the description didn't get pulled over. So now it's going to do that. And then on the next screen, I'm actually stoked about this because there's so many websites I go to. I'm trying to fill out my information, and the autofill doesn't work on the site. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all this information. I don't want to type in all this stuff. And so now we're much more compatible with all that, with credit cards and autofill stuff. It should work seamlessly, as we like to say a lot.
I
But it
didn't even
doesn't.
know that was something you could control. I thought Chrome like made that determination. But so, oh, that's
Well,
cool.
we blame it on Chrome, but
Got it. Got it.
yeah,
Now it's there. I love it.
yeah.
Manage payment methods for Stripe accounts. Another payments update.
Yeah, so this one essentially you kind of have the ability to turn on and off um, different payment methods within Stripe. Part of this kind of ties in with the buy now, pay later stuff. So you could just have some more control over what's being displayed as an option.
Hmm.
I haven't gotten confirmation if this is going to carry over for the ACH or wire stuff, because I know some people, particularly a higher ticket, they're like, I don't want to pay a credit card fee on top of a $5,000 course. I want to
Hmm.
absolutely mandate that it has to be an ACH or a wire transfer. So I'm not sure if that's carried over yet, but it definitely is on the roadmap, and people have been talking about it. So that's coming
Nice.
soon if it's not already included in this specific release.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. There's some of that buy now, pay later stuff in there.
Yeah.
Workflow's got an update this week. You can now look up multiple Google Sheet rows in the Google Spreadsheet action. Which this one, I'm always at a loss. I don't get it. Like, walk us through this. What's a scenario where you need to pull multiple rows?
Yeah. So you could just imagine that if you're trying to look up specific data in a Google Sheet to then take an action on that, a lot of times you might be, maybe you organize the data into rows where it's like, well, I want to see like total price and, total units sold or something like that. And so
Hmm.
now this is just expanding the functionality of this integration so that we can just interact with Google Sheets in a much more granular way. So again, this is definitely going to be like a more advanced type thing. But if you work with Google Sheets, this is probably something a roadblock you've run into. As are most of the features that we develop, they're all based on feedback here, and so
Hmm.
this is going to alleviate a lot of issues with like, hey, I don't want to just deal with one row at a time. I want this workflow to process multiple rows at the same time.
That's sweet. I know a
Yeah,
lot of people were excited about it. I know the Google Sheet action gets used a lot, and so probably a lot of people happy today about that one.
yeah.
Workflow's got the new feature discoverability tab thingamajig, which basically will let you know what's new within the Workflows tab when you get there, which is pretty cool. Looks nice.
Yeah. Calendars has had this for a little while, and Workflows is jumping on the bandwagon. So you can see all the new stuff there easily at your fingertips.
Love it. Funnels and websites. Oh man, this one's so sweet.
It's the
you
little
can now
things.
you can now edit the form right from Workflows. So, I mean, how many times, Brian? Like, I
Yeah,
can't even tell you how many times you're in a funnel and you're like, oh man, I forgot I needed to change something in that form, and then you got to go out, go find the form, remember which form it was. So then, oh shoot, I got to go back to Workflow Builder, click it, figure out the name of the form, so then I can go back to forms.
yeah.
It's like a mess. So now you just hit
Meanwhile,
the
your
button.
computer's run out of memory because you have 200 tabs open. Been there daily. Uh,
Exactly.
so there's a little bit of discussion here. So in case it comes up, we were not fighting, but we were discussing, hey, shouldn't this work like the workflow edit email button, where it just opens up a modal like right within the website? Because right now, when you click that button, it's going to open up a new tab, and the issue is spacing. Like, there's really not enough space to do it right. So the way it works is you click on this, it'll open up the tab, you make the edit, save it, and then you're good to go. So unless there's some magic that we can figure out there, I think it's just a screen real estate thing with how the form builder works and it's laid out. So
I like that you told that story, because now everybody knows that at least we thought it through and debated it for a bit,
yeah,
which is
there's
what's important.
people may not know. There's a lot of debate that happens. We're pushing for you.
No doubt. But what an update that is. People are going to be thrilled.
Hmm.
Funnels and websites got an update here. We've got builder alert enhancements. So before they looked like that at the top, and now they look like they should, which
Yeah.
is very nice.
So two issues here. One, just it looks junky and it looks super generic and it looks like an error because it is.
Mhm.
Um, And the other thing was it is kind of breaking white label. So if you see here,
Yeah.
because Google mandates that you show what the website, that's calling it the server that it's coming from. So long story short, when we put it into a modal and a page, now you don't break any white label. It looks way better. It looks, I noticed this a couple of days ago because they always launch it and then they tell us about it. And I was like, wow, this looks much more professional, so much more polished coming to the app. So thrilled about it.
Agreed. Looks great.
Mm-hmm.
The social planner, nice. The social planner, when you go into the settings page, it got a whole new UI. It looks really nice, and it's more intuitive the way it's laid out. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's way better. There's a few more screenshots here of what all that looks like, but they broke things out into tabs. Everything is just way easier to understand, kind of what's going on here, statuses for things, the ability to reconnect stuff. Super awesome update from the social planner team.
Totally. And then they got another, I think they got another notification that you can turn on, right? So now you can get email notifications if a post fails, before a connection is going to expire and when a connection expires, which is great.
Yep, exactly. And then there's one more screenshot of setting those notification stuff, and then the email that you get telling you to reconnect it. So pretty straightforward stuff, but very useful.
Love it. WordPress got an update. So now there's improved domain management flow, which is nice.
Yeah.
So it's just really clear step-by-step of what you need to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Just step 1, 2, 3, showing you what's going on with everything, giving a status for stuff, more visibility, transparency through the migration process, and managing domains, which is great.
Fantastic. Yep. Hopefully everybody knows you can host WordPress sites in HighLevel. They're super fast. We've got all the functionality you need, like automated backups and all that kind of stuff. So this is just another sort of quality of life update over there on the WordPress side of things.
Yep. And that's the last screenshot of statuses.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Looks great. E-commerce got an update with the search bar element. This is awesome. So now we can search for products and then put that element on our pages or in our navigation.
Yeah, and there's some cool settings for it. And as you can see on the next screen there, when you type stuff in, you get the thumbnail, preview there. And I just think this is looking really, really cool, like a real e-com store.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's legit. This is awesome. E-com is really ramping up. Printful's so close, by the way. And so we're really pumped about where this is going.
Yeah.
Looks great. Workflows. This is another pretty intricate one, Ryan. Walk us through this. Media attachment in custom value picker.
Yeah. So when you're in the custom value picker, you can now look at media attachments, which a lot of people use as custom values, like if you're trying to insert an image or something. And now we have the ability to just pull that right in through the picker there within the workflow. So
the one thing that I don't understand, is this specific to the webhook action, or is this something you can use in other actions as well?
That is a good question. I don't know the right answer, but I will get it and post a comment on what the real answer to that is.
I was trying to think of does that even make sense? Because there is other actions where you could say okay, I want you to go grab the message body, and then I'm going to put it in my email so that they see, like a record or whatever.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that it also exists there, that you could grab that piece of media and throw it in your response or whatever as well. So
yeah,
I think it works in both, because I didn't see this posted as a webhook specific update, but I just wanted to clarify to see if you knew already.
Okay.
Memberships got an update. Deleted offers in, wait, does this image match the title here, Ryan? Deleted offers in revenue analytics. And
yes. Okay. So this is a weird one because there's a bunch of stuff that was kind of piled into one. So yes, deleted offers in revenue analytics exists, plus post details, UI. There's a bunch of UI stuff. So it's mostly UI, but then we also are including revenue in our analytics for offers that have been deleted, because of course, just because it's been deleted doesn't mean you didn't make the money. So that makes sense.
Got it. I I saw somebody in the Facebook group post a screenshot of this. They found it themselves and they were super pumped because I guess like before the download video, remove video were just like text links and stuff, and it just looked kind of basic. And now they're buttons, and those subtle differences just make it feel way better.
Yeah. And even, I mean, just the upload video component looks way, way better now. Before it was a little bit clunky. So anyway, there's some great updates and a couple more screenshots of what all that looks like. But yeah, a lot more cohesiveness coming in through courses. Shows your status there. Yeah, really nice polish
Nice.
on all this.
Upload percentage. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
here's the
this is
report.
your analytics that was mentioned at the very top here. So
Got it. All right, some future enhancements. Calendars, appointment webhooks are now. Oh, so feature enhancements, not future enhancements.
The one lonely one that we didn't really have a screenshot for. Appointment webhooks. You got it for calendar now.
This is amazing.
crazy.
I didn't realize this wasn't in the API. I would bet there are tons of folks that are really excited about this.
I think it's in the API, but it wasn't supported via webhooks.
Oh.
So if you know the difference, congratulations. If you don't, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so this week, this is the part of the show where we talk about what we're most excited that's coming soon. And Ryan, again, that overachiever that he is, has got us screenshots this week of what we're excited for. So we won't be talking about it. We'll be showing you a little teaser too. First up. Oh, well, of course we have
first
to go
up, we got to do our meme of the week.
That's right.
Wolftacular upcoming releases. I mean, come on.
That's pretty good. That deserves a comment. If you're watching this, come on. Let us know what your favorite release of the week was.
Give us a vote for this meme.
All right. Our first favorite upcoming release is Shadow Magic in funnels and websites.
It's not actually called Shadow Magic. I just made that up. But we talked about this before, and I think this is a brilliant way to address like some of these UI issues and stuff that we're making better and better. But the team actually went through all the CSS, like in the entire platform, and they're like, oh, what's everyone doing with custom CSS that's super hard if you don't know it or you have to learn it? And how can we just automate that so we just have a button for that stuff? And this is what part of what came out of that is the ability to have a lot of control over shadows, which sounds not that interesting, but from a design perspective, it's really important when you're putting together, good-looking landing pages and websites. I mean, this stuff's really important now. It didn't used to be. It's getting to be a lot more important. So you're welcome there.
It looks awesome. As does the next exciting update that is coming soon, which is animations. And even the animation picker. Look how cool this is.
Yeah. It's like, it's really dumb, but it's also really cool. So this is like a Figma prototype, but it's like, it shows you what it does. I think Apple kind of pioneered this with their transitions and stuff, but really cool things that you can hover over it and see like, this is what this animation will do. And again, all based on what people are already building. We just made it a heck of a lot easier to implement.
I find this to be incredible. I feel like I could just sit here for hours and watch the little animations do their thing.
Yeah.
Super, super cool. Looks fantastic. I think there's so many little, again, I think the theme of the year from here on out is refinement. And I think that's an example of it, right? Like just that update is something we would have laughed at 3 years ago because it's like there are so many bigger fish that we need to fry before we get to something like that.
Yeah.
And now here we are with the team that's growing so fast. We've got the players in place to get into the fine details and really quality of life type of updates like that one. And I love it. So I can't wait to see it in the app.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a wrap for this week. Yeah.
It is. Whirlwind of a week. I think it might bleed into the weekend a little bit, but that's okay because we're having fun and looking forward to the next week ahead.
Awesome. Well, please reward Ryan for all his extra work this week. I think we all want to see more animated GIFs. So let us know what your favorite release of the week was, and we will see you in next Friday's Release Radar. Until then,
have a good weekend. See ya.
Have a great weekend.